I'm just going to put two together because we're talking about fuel. Now, the first one is imported petrol is cheaper than Dangote's refinery, who is selling at 990 naira per litre. This is from oil marketers, and also at the same time, Nigerians actually stormed NNPC headquarters to demand Melekiari's resignation and accountability over $4 billion spent on Port Harcourt Warri Junior Refinery. And now the storyline is the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria says the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is inconsiderate for selling petrol at 990 naira per litre, stressing that the company enjoyed massive concessions assessing foreign exchange during its construction. Petrol also insisted that imported petrol was cheaper than 990 naira per litre price of Dangote petrol. Major Ministers recently revealed that the landing cost of imported petrol as of October 31st, 2024 was 978 naira per litre. Also, Petrol Publicity Secretary Joseph Oben insisted that Petrol will sell for less than the current selling rate of gas in Nigeria when granted an import license by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petrol Regulatory Authority. There is a lot of stories behind all of this, but the major thing is oil marketers assured, I wanted to use the word presumed, that the price of petrol from importation is quite cheaper than Dangote refinery, and I think that's a bit high side for them. But what's your what do you think will be the cost, or what do you think the marketers should actually do as regards this?
Are you going to trust these marketers? Look, if you know one of the deities of oil sector is these marketers. One of the deities that we are worshipping is these marketers. And who gave them that power? Nigerian government. Yes, now, Nigerian government. If because of that, look, what they want to do, it was Nigerian government that is allowing them to do all these things. Nigerian government cannot have a functional refineries. A citizen of a country now has a refinery, and you have an agreement with him. You even bought part of his share, although you did not pay money completely, but you bought some of the share of that particular organization, that we can be able to have fuel across our filling station. Now you are still giving importing licenses to a lot of individuals to import it. That one is one. Then two, if importers know that the imported fuel is more cheaper, they don't need to tell us. They should go and bring it and sell it and let us see it. So if somebody is selling for 1,125 naira and somebody is selling 800 naira, the buyers will choose the one to buy. They should do that, but they should not. They should be careful that they don't have filling station. All this is better. They don't have filling station. No. Then another thing again is this. I think there is a lot of things they are covering in this particular situation. I know Otedola, Michael, the son of Michael Otedola, the normal Otedola that we know, he has told Dangote, and what he says is coming to pass, that you are going to blame yourself for this refinery. And right, I know that man within himself, with billions of dollars that they are sunk into that particular, what is going to happen. My own take is about the government. They love egg, but they don't have chicken that lay eggs. They have 4 refineries. They've been promising us, although that refinery nothing will work. I've gone to a conference last month on the Highland. It's about us, whatever. And if you see the representative of the minister saying it clear and loud that all the stakeholders should rally round Dangote or anybody importing it, because now we can't know what we are going to do with our refinery. He said it, although the minister later said he's not the one that asked him to say, but he said it. So at this particular time, I don't know the hope what Nigeria will do, because the way it's going now, if they are selling crude oil to Dangote in naira, is Dangote paying his expertise in naira, or what is going to be using to do turnaround is it going to be in naira, or all those parties that are involved in the establishment of refineries abroad, is it to pay them in naira? And our rate now is not smiling. Our economy is not smiling. I must confess, Nigeria government needs to come clean. They should allow the refinery that we have, at least that a citizen has, to breathe, so that we can have more money. We can have more money in circulation, and we can also be all right. Because I must say, poor people are suffering it too.
Obviously, the masses are suffering it. Okay, Shogun, I want you to react to, he said something that about the other refineries, and of course, recently, just we had some Nigerians march over to the headquarters NNPC to request for Kira's resignation. So, what's your reaction to that part?
The thing is, we have said this long before Dangote started operations, and we're still saying it. I kept saying, if Dangote starts selling diesel and he was able to crash the price of diesel, it's because ab initio diesel prices were liberalized. You can import it and sell at whatever price you want. It's not the same for PMS. We were buying petrol at 197 naira just May last year. The only reason that was possible, because as at that time, the Platts price, international price, that commodity called PMS, was over $1 as at that time. $1 per liter at the exchange rate of that time was far more than the 197 we were paying. So the government was subsidizing it. The only that we can buy PMS at a price that would be good for citizens is government subsidy. There is no way out of it. So if the point I'm making is, if we get the 4 government orifices to work today, we'll still buy at over 1,000 naira to the dollar. I think it's important that we all get that right. Unless one thing happens, the government supplies crude at low international crude price
to the filling stations,
to the refineries. Crude oil to Dangote. Why is the Nigerian government giving Dangote crude oil at $80 per barrel?
How did you want him to sell? How did you want him to sell it?
Because how will he sell at a price lower if you give him at that international rate? So they say, oh no, we're going to give crude in naira. How does that help price? Because you are still going to convert the dollar price,
of course,
to naira
at the prevailing exchange rate. So nothing, no impact. The only benefit of all of those arrangements is that we're not going to be buying dollars, which will reduce pressure on the exchange rate and bring the exchange rate down. Even that benefit we're now not getting because all of these gains.
Some people are saying importing now.
The majority of what we're consuming now is from importation.
Yes.
So nothing. It's as if Dangote refinery and this whole thing didn't happen. Nigeria is still exactly where we were a year ago, except that we're now buying petrol at a higher price. That's the only difference. So the only way out of this is government. President Tinubu. Nigerians are looking to you for leadership. Number one, get involved in this nonsense that is going on between the marketers and Dangote and government officials, NPC and the regulatory authority. All of this rubbish is completely uncalled for. It simply means people are still looking out for vested interests in all of this. So the president needs to stand up after Minister of Petroleum. Get up and stop all of it. That's number one. Number two, subsidize Nigerians. You don't have to do the subsidy by paying anybody. Just give refineries crude at a subsidized rate so that Nigeria can, you may say that, look, after all, I mean, this whole thing makes no sense to me. Nigeria has a 450,000 barrel domestic crude allocation that is allocated for domestic use. That portion of it doesn't really go into the calculation of our revenues, of our oil revenues. Why are we selling that quantity at $80 per barrel to Dangote? Give Dangote that oil. Look, if they give it to him at $50 per barrel, which is a subsidy in a way, for God's sake, the price of petrol will
400.
The economy will pick
500.
You can sell at 400 or 500 to the per liter today. You will see the impact that will have inflation, because the rest of the economy is indexed against the price of petrol. Everybody uses petrol for generator and to fuel their cars or to transport goods from the market and all of that. And do that, inflation will drop. What is our problem now? These things are it's just, it's a mystery. These things are not really so hard. So which is always say, there is something funny going on under all of this, and we have heard all of those.
We know.
You know, to actually add
one foreign refinery will continue to refine, and they will continue to bring it to Nigeria.
Continue to refine, and that petrol must continue to
come to Nigeria.
Maybe that is really the issue, but you know, President.
I will leave. It's just like it's like you have your brother selling rice. The bag of rice, well knitted, the same one you are going to see in the imported, beside your house, and you told your husband compulsorily you must buy from London, and you somebody selling it, and it's your brother selling it beside your house, that you don't even need transportation, you just want to drag the bag inside your compound, the one from London that will land in the port, that you still go and send motor to bring it from port down to a place and pay duty and pay everything. Why are we just like this? Why are we just like this?
Okay. I want to ask this. I don't know why we are not reacting to the Nigerian marching to the headquarters.
That's what
are they marching for?
To ask Melek
accountability.
For accountability. Yeah. Very good. I think that's a good thing. Let NNPC come clean with everything. Why is there so much opacity around everything? Why are the refineries not working? How much has been paid for them? What is the deadline for their commencement of operations?
But did they need to protest to NNPC?
No, yes.
It's not NNPC supposed to protest to. Supposed to protest to the president, because presidency allow Melegari to stay.
But they are protesting to the president at NNPC.
Yeah, no, because they gave him over $4 billion to work with.
You know the problem here is this: if they protest it through, if the president still fail, Melegari is doing fantastically okay. You understand now? He was not going to change, because what in there is this: if we don't solve this problem of oil, all those economy that Minister of Finance that is saying, all the grammar is saying, it will go nowhere. Our economy cannot go anywhere if we don't solve this particular satanic element in our oil sector. If we don't solve it, because it robs of everything that we do. Just imagine. Okay, look at Galaxy now. For how many years Galaxy is running on generator? Just imagine if there is electrical supply or the fuel is affordable. Just look at that amount. Do you know how much Galaxy managed will have kept?
Yeah.
Even to improve this the life of this. So, and that is what we are talking about. So, and another thing again is that they are killing the business. They are killing businesses. If you know the number of small scale, I don't know how some small scale are even coping. I don't know how they are even coping. That's why you see a lot of people. I know somebody, he will import something, he will drop it in Ghana, use people to bring it in.
Wow.
He has a company in Ghana. They will import it from Europe down to Ghana. He will now use, all those people he wants to sell it to, they are the ones that come and be using vehicle to take it from Ghana. What is supposed to be the benefit of Nigeria?
Nigeria.
And this is the thing. Look at that from Ghana. They will not take vehicle to take it to Lagos here before they will distribute to other states. Why? Because they see that our environment is not good for business.
But I think, having said that, it's important to commend the people that are protesting, because we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need people to go out to protest and say no more. If we get more protests, look at what has happened recently with the case of the minors.
Yeah.
The government around.
Yeah.
Without saying this, we must be united in our outrage about the things that affect all of us. Let us stop politics. Let us stop talking about religion. Let's stop talking about tribe and all of that, and get angry together about the things that matter. If the president had increased price from 97 to 400 the way he did last year, and immediately there was outrage and everybody started talking on all stations, no, this cannot be, you see, he would have reversed it. But on these same TV stations, people who understand like me were talking absolute balderdash and trying to support something that obviously made no sense. It made no sense. Why? Because they were benefiting from it.
You know, somebody that will say everything is expensive around the world. I say, which world?
The prices are the same.
Which world are you talking about? Is it we know of an African country that when you approximate their currency to naira, what they are buying per liter not to 500, and it's not even all producing countries. So what are we now talking about? Must we die because we Nigeria? Thank God that somebody has said that Nigeria we should get certificates. Already, that anywhere you go, when they see that certificate, you are from Nigeria, you can endure any environment.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Well, let's talk about the alleged 1.3 billion naira fraud, where of which the court has ordered the arrest of Dana N1.3B MD, who is in. Well, of course, I think he has been arrested already. But I'm just going to read a little bit from the High Court what the court case was. This happened on Monday, where they issued an arrest warrant against the managing director of Dana Airline, Ranish, over alleged refusal to appear in court to stand trial. Justice Obiora, in a ruling, held the arrest of Mr. Ranish is necessary following his refusal to appear in court after he was served with the charge and several proceedings taken in the matter. Anyway, meanwhile, the 1.3 trillion reportedly represents the 13% derivation fund from the Federation accounts between 2015 and 2023. According to sources within the commission, Okowa was at the EFCC office in Port Harcourt, River State, where he was subsequently detained by officials. Okowa was at Okowa, yeah. All right, I think I'll just stop at that. Now, well, it's still alleged. Well, no proof yet, but they demanded for his arrest. And
which one is alleged? MD of Ghana.
Yes.
Look, we are not talking about if he has done it, if he has not done it. But one thing that is certain there is that what audacity. Fine, he's an investor in Nigeria. Because he has lived in Nigeria for very long. I don't know, maybe he has naturalized, because that is how all of them they normally do. A law of the land calls you to come and defend yourself in the court. You ignore the court. I don't know the kind of rule of law that we are running on. Maybe because our politicians, they are also doing that. After all, Yaya Bello has not even come to court upon all the ulabalu, and he's still in Nigeria. Maybe because that is the reason why you see a foreigner, maybe he has naturalized, I don't know, because many of them, all those Indians, whatever, that have lived for 40 years in Nigeria, majority of them do naturalize, especially when they have interest in Nigeria. So, I stand with the court. Either you are right or wrong. When the court calls you must come and defend yourself. Don't say because you are multi-billionaire. And that's the reason. If you fail to show up, Inspector General of Police should make sure that the warrant issued by the court in the next adjourned date, it must be able to be presented. You see the one of Okowa. Look, any politicians that they've been accused of stealing Nigerian resources, go and defend yourself in court. Go and defend yourself. But when you look at Nigeria as a country, how many governors, how many of our politicians, I'm talking about real politicians, even the one that was caught right-handed, all the technicalities in law was said to remove him. We remember Oji Uzokalu that have even served some time because they now changed the judge, promoted the judge. Hey God. So that is the thing. But if you have been accused, I don't have any sympathy to any politician. If you have been accused of stealing our money, go and defend yourself to show that I killed, I split, I did not. Just go and say, na me thief am, I no thief am. Go and tell the court. But that you are being remanded and I want the FCC. Whatever they want to ask for him, they should charge him to court quickly. They should charge him to court quickly. We don't want a situation in which they will not be doing media trial. No. Charge him to court. Let us start now. Or no, the case is still going to run for over 7 years. But let's start early. Because he will be taken court, they are going to grant him bail. Okay.
Mr. Shegun, please, your reaction to the two.
For the MD of Ghana, I think he's just following
pattern.
The our politicians. You know, in Nigeria as we speak today, traffic lights do not apply to politicians. They don't apply to rich men who have convoys. They don't apply. The lights are all the ones they're going to drive through. In fact, even if traffic officers, police officers are there, they will stop everybody where the light is going. So the politician can pass, or so that the rich man can pass. That's your society. So this man is just following your example. I see foreigners, some of them Indian, some Chinese, some Caucasians from America, from Denmark. They beat traffic lights in Nigeria.
And nobody will arrest them.
Nothing will happen. They follow one way. The day I ran into a Caucasian, a white person, driving one way. And I I made a nuisance of this for a while.
I will show you more. I will show you.
Because he can't do that in this country. Why?
Of course.
The rules don't allow him. And if he tries it, he will go to jail. That one is not, because that one is a serious offense, not just you beat light. He will go to jail. So in Nigeria, it doesn't work that way. And they are saying that this is the nature of the society they live in. That's why the Dana guy is doing that. After all, where is James Ibori? Where, you know, I can begin to point to also who just they just do whatever they want to do and they get away. So the guy is saying to himself, "Excuse me, what are we even talking about? Where is Bobrisky?"
He's already outside the country.
No, that has not. The guy has not even been taken to court for financial crimes.
He's been investigated, and because of one God,
yes,
the guy is just talking anyhow and acting anyhow.
And nothing happened to him.
Nothing is happening. So it's the kind of society where impunity is the order of the day. Why would you expect the Indian guy to obey your court? If they don't respect the court, they know that the court has no, just you know what to do and you'll be fine. And it's very similar with Kowa. I'm only happy about this because at least he has been arrested and will be arraigned. The outcome of it we already know. We know that nothing.
That case, nothing will come out of it.
Nothing. They will make a lot of noise. I also like to talk on TV. We'll say our own.
The will see contest for another election
and win. So we have a long way to our society.
It's sad.
But it's
so
a good
sad
thing that a governor of a Niger Delta state that gets 13% derivation being called to question over the use of the derivation was 1.3 trillion naira. Long. People know they fear.
And you know the funny thing that is even keeping me is that there are some people that are governors when he was governors. Where are the others?
Exactly, that's the point. That's actually where I was going. So the point now for me is Kowa and the governors of all the other producing states, both in the south, in the southeast, and in the southwest, because we have some in the south as well. They ought to be asked to account for that extra income, that 13% derivation, where only none of those states are better than Lagos. And Lagos does not have 13% derivative, the derivation fund. Why? How? If you look at the fact allocation of these states, get more than Lagos State. But look at Lagos State, look at their states. So me, it's a symbolic thing. I think that we need to start asking these questions of people. What are you doing with this extra income? Where is the development that's supposed to follow it? And if the development is not showing, where is the money? And you find, if you trace that money well enough, you find it in their pockets, in their bank accounts, in investment South Africa, in Dubai, and in London. So good move by the EFCC.
In addition,
about it.
I know a governor in Lagos, governor Akinwumi Ambode. The EFCC was in Epe, and all the villagers, they didn't allow EFCC to do their work.
No,
what happened to the case? Former governor of Ogun State, we are talking about Ibikule Amosun, who is working on his own case. The former governor of Oyo State, that one died. Let's move to the one of Ekiti, Fayemi, what happened? The one of Akeredolu, that one died. Those ones that don't die, that are still alive. We want to know what happens to his case. Is it because he supported the presidential candidate during the last election? His sins are forgiven. We need to ask, or the national chairman of APC, Abdullah, he can do it. So, what happened? We want to know, look, if there is consequence for, we are not saying they stole, but at least they should be investigated. Show it to us that, no, this person did not steal. But they should defend themselves in the court.
True.
So for Kowa being arrested, thumbs up to the EFCC, but should be arraigned quickly, because we know the case will not go anywhere. Let us start today. So maybe by 7 years or 8 years, we'll get to the bottom. And if the court says, no, you did not steal, fine. But if he says you stole, let him go to where he's supposed to go.
Okay. All right. That's a